Hi, so today we're going to learn how to set up a Zoom call and schedule a Zoom meeting. It's going to be very quick. It's not going to be the most in-depth tutorial. I'm just doing this so that you know how to quickly set up a meeting if you need to do one immediately or set one for the future. There's other tutorials out there that will go more in detail. This is just a very quick, succinct tutorial. So first and foremost, I'm assuming that you've already downloaded Zoom and that you have made a Zoom account. If not, you're going to want to go to Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo, whatever you use as a browser or search engine, and type in Zoom. Come to the zoom.us website. You can go down to download. Also, you can go up to resources in the top right on the website itself and click on download Zoom client. It'll bring you here. If you have a PC or a Mac, you can click on Zoom client for meetings, download that. And if you're doing it on your phone, you can go down to Zoom mobile apps and download it in the App Store on Google Play if you have an Android. You can also make your account up here, sign up, it's free. I'm assuming you've done that. There are steps that'll be presented to you when you're opening up the installer that you can use that, but we're going to skip ahead. I'm assuming you've already done that. Once you have it, you can either click on the Zoom icon shortcut on your desktop, as I have here, or if you don't, you can type in Zoom down here, and you can click Start Zoom, and this will open up too. Now that Zoom is open, what we can do is we can either do a new meeting or we can schedule a meeting. In most cases, I would recommend scheduling a meeting as it's easier to send out the invite and to set a lot of parameters and settings, but just in case, we're going to do new meeting if you just want to use that. As soon as you hit new meeting, you're going to be prompted with this join computer audio button, which you want to click yes on. Now you have a couple options here. So you're in the actual Zoom call. There's no one here yet because you just started it. You have on the bottom, you can unmute yourself. You can start the video. You have your security options right here. You can lock the meeting, enable waiting room, so on and so forth. You have participants. Right now we only have one. You can control if you want to mute them or unmute them here. You can send chats to people. If they're in here, you can do one to everyone, or if there's other people, you can set it to personalized chats, private messages. You also have the ability to share your screen, which is very useful, and then you can pick what screen you want to share from there. You can also set who can share the screen. You can record directly onto your computer, which is nice. And there's reactions as well, which I don't ever use, but they're there if you want them. There's also on the bottom right, you can end the meeting. If you click end meeting for all, or leave meeting. If you're the host, you should end it if you're leaving. Now to invite someone to the meeting, if you click the new meeting option, you're going to want to go to the top left of the screen, and there's this little meeting information icon. Click on that. And then under invite link, you'll see copy link. You want to click on that. It says URL copy to clipboard. Now you can go to your email. You can do Control V, or you can right click and then click paste in your email, and the invite will be pasted in. And then you send that, and then anyone that has that link can join the meeting. Now, while that's really quick, it's not the most efficient way to set up a meeting for people to join, even if you want to do it immediately. Scheduling, I find, is much more useful than just the new meeting option. So we're going to do scheduling right now. So now we're going to go to schedule here in the home screen. Once the schedule meeting tab is open, you can put in a topic, which is just the name of the meeting. I put test meeting for mine. You can pick the start date and time. It's important to know that this is soft, so it doesn't actually start at the time you set. You start it whenever you want to. So it could be a little late, it could be on time, it could be a little early. Then duration, you can set the duration. It's the same thing. Duration really doesn't matter for what you set it as. The important thing to know is, say, I set to 45 minutes, for example, here. It notifies us that we need a Zoom basic plan if we plan to do a meeting longer than 40 minutes with 3 or more participants. So what that means is if you're planning to use this for business and you're trying to have daily or weekly meetings that are longer than 40 minutes with more than 2 people, you're going to have to purchase a plan. But if you only have meetings that are half an hour with more people, it's not an issue. Or if you have one-on-one meetings that last a long time, it doesn't matter either. You have unlimited time, person to person. So just think about that. Next, you have your meeting ID, which I leave it on generate automatically. You have a password that generates it as well. It's wise to have it. Video for hosts and participants, I like to have it off. That just means that when you join a meeting, the video is automatically turned off and you have to toggle it on. You can integrate with calendars. You can use Outlook, Google Calendar. I just click other calendars because I don't usually integrate it. But there are nice advantages to having both of these. You can click only one of them at a time. Then you have a few advanced options down here. So you've got a waiting room. You can mute participants upon entry. You have automatically record the meeting on the local computer, and you can enable people to join before the host. The important thing to note is that while you can click both of these, the waiting room and join before a host, they don't actually work together. They'll cancel each other out. You can only pick one or the other. The waiting room is my preferred one because while people with the link can get in, someone else might get the link to the meeting and they could join if you don't have a waiting room. But with the waiting room, you as the host have the final say in who can come into the meeting and who can leave. It's just a nice little barrier, nice little bit of protection. So once you're happy with your settings, you can just hit schedule. And now it'll give you a copy of the meeting invitation. You can say copy to clipboard. Invitation has been copied to clipboard, and you can close out. Now we can either start the meeting immediately from the home screen here. You can hit start, or we can go to meetings up here and it'll list all your upcoming meetings. I only have this one right now just to make it nice and clean. And you can hit start here as well. Because you can also copy the invitation here as well if you didn't copy it earlier. And that's it. That's how you set up a Zoom call. Again, this was just a brief summary. If you want more in-depth, there's more tutorials out there. Zoom on their website has very in-depth tutorials that range from, I think, half an hour to an hour. You can do a webinar as well with them. But this is just an introduction. So thank you for watching.